A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the Manage Engine team, I welcome you to today's free Op Manager MSP training webinar. So now we'll be seeing the various way of handling and monitoring multiple clients and hybrid client environments using Op Manager MSP. Let me introduce myself. I'm R. Surendran, one of the product experts from the Manage Engine team. And today we are going to see the part one on where we are going to discuss in detail about onboarding and monitoring multiple client networks using Op Manager MSP. So let's discuss about the schedule for this season. Today, we'll be discussing in detail on onboarding and monitoring multiple client networks, followed by on May 26th, where we'll be discussing in detail about client network visualization and fault management. For the better convenience of larger audience, we do have two schedules. One is conducted at 6 a.m. GMT, and the second, which is conducted now in the EST time zone at 11 a.m. If you want to register yourself or view the recorded version of the Op Manager MSP training, you can visit the link which is given at the bottom of the presentation slide. So let's start the webinar with the agenda for the day. First, we'll see the introduction for the webinar and what is Op Manager MSP, what are the various features, how we can use that in our day-to-day environments when it comes to MSPs and service providers. And then we'll discuss about the system requirements which are needed to install and monitor your network devices using Op Manager MSP. And then we'll see how and what are the various ways of setting up Op Manager Central and how we can onboard clients via probes to the Op Manager MSP. And then finally, we'll be seeing about network performance monitoring, how we can monitor various different metrics of the end devices, and also how we can customize these monitors via templates and apply it to various different clients and probes based on custom requirements or desired settings. So now let's start with the introduction to Op Manager MSP. The first and foremost important advantage or the introduction which we'll be having is that we'll have an end-to-end client network performance monitoring solution for all our MSPs. And Op Manager MSP can be configured easily with monitors, and you can manage multiple client networks from a single console. And then you'll be able to manage all your multi-vendor client network equipments or components such as physical or virtual devices and interfaces using a single console called as Op Manager MSP. And then here we guarantee a security by enabling the HTTPS, a mode of communication between the central and probes by default itself. And you can use your own self-signed or CA signed SSL certificates to enable the HTTPS for the central and the probes. You can perform multi-client tasks like have a custom polling interval or a threshold for specific set of clients for specific set of devices, and you can push them from a single console with few clicks. And you can deploy device templates or templates based on changes to push these updates to multiple clients or desired set of clients or devices. And also you'll have a better advantage where you can adapt your client's requirement with device template creation or custom field or category creation and etc. Based on each client's requirement, you can have custom configuration, polling interval, thresholds for individual clients and push them using the templates which are available from the Op Manager MSP. So now let's discuss the next important topic, which is about the architecture on how the Op Manager MSP has to be deployed and how it's going to work and what are the various functionalities which are available. So here is an example of the Op Manager MSP probe central architecture where we'll be deploying a central in our MSP. As I'm going to be an MSP or a service provider, I'll have the Op Manager MSP central installed on my environment, and I would be deploying the probes for individual clients in various different locations for my customers or clients accordingly. So when we talk about the central server is going to periodically collect the health, performance, and the fault management data across all the probes and consolidate this information into a single location, and we can view them everything in a single console. And when we talk about probes, what are the probes for and how the clients are going to have these probes and what these probes are going to do in our customer or client environment. These probes has to be installed in the client's location remotely, and it performs client where we'll be performing the network discovery. We can monitor the devices configurations and console, and the probe is going to consolidate all the collected information from that environment and the monitor device, and this data is going to be sent to the central where we would see the consolidated data on a single console. So now let's move on to the next topic, where we are going to see the next basic and the foremost mandatory requirement, which are the hardware and software requirements to install and monitor Op Manager MSP for various devices in your customer's environment. Over here, we would be requiring an Intel Xeon 3.5 gigahertz with 4 or 8 threads or higher based CPU, along with minimum of 100 or 40 GB of hard disk, where we need a memory of 16 GB or RAM of 16 GB over here. And Op Manager MSP supports both the databases where we can have MS SQL, Microsoft SQL, or the default PG SQL. The PG SQL comes in bundled with the product where you need not do any separate installations as well. And as of now, Op Manager MSP can be installed on both the environments, whereas a Windows or a Linux-based environment or servers as well. And for more details on the system requirement for installing and monitoring your devices using Op Manager MSP, you can visit the link which is given at the bottom of the presentation slide. And this is the important information which we should be aware when we are deploying the Op Manager MSP, where the monitoring, the data collection, the discovery is going to happen based on the ports and the protocols which you're using. So prior to adding your devices, you should make sure that these ports and the respective protocols are opened in your firewall and for the communication between the server where the probe is installed and the end devices, so that you will have no problem in discovering your devices or monitoring them with various protocols. And for more information on this particular port which needs to be opened in your environment, you can always visit the help document which is given at the bottom of the presentation slide. Now we're going to start with setting up the Op Manager MSP in our environment. So the first and foremost important thing is we have to install the Op Manager MSP Central in our environment, and that's going to be the first step. So we have to download the Op Manager MSP Central installation file directly from the Op Manager site, and then you can start installing them pretty easily. The installation guide is going to tell you first you have to choose the location of where you have to install the folder or install the software, and then you have to choose whether you're going to go with the inbuilt database which is called as Postgres or a Microsoft SQL or otherwise called as MS SQL based on your requirement. And then here, when you go for PG SQL as your database, there are no additional requirements or configurations which is needed because it comes bundled with the product itself. And then you can make sure the respective ports for the Op Manager MSP Central is opened in your firewall and the respective devices, so that the monitoring and the data transfer is happening with no problems. And if you want to know more about how the installation is going to happen and what are the various steps with help of a video and screenshots, you can visit the link which is given at the bottom of the presentation slide, where you have a detailed representation and steps with screenshots explaining how the installation will happen and what are the various steps which you have to perform during the installations. And the next important thing after installing the Central Op Manager MSP comes where we have to onboard our clients with various different proofs. So the first thing what we have to do is we have to download the Op Manager MSP probe installation from the Central UI or from the Op Manager official website, and then start installing them. So the first thing what you can do is, for clients, you can have various different proofs. So here you can add any number of n number of customers and the relevant details directly to the Op Manager Central web client, and where from the web client itself you can download and run the probe key zip. So here the central and probe authentications are happening with the probe key zip. This zip file will have the probe key. All you have to do is you have to install the central, get the probe key zip, and then go to the Op Manager probe MSP installation, and then deploy this key during the installation so that the Op Manager Central and the probe will sync together and will work pretty safely. And this is done specially for security reasons, where it will happen in a secure connection, and only this central will be communicating to the respective probes, where we cannot have any other integrations or authentication. And the authentication and the security handling is done through this probe zip, which has the key for authenticating the central and probe communication. And also, while installing the probes for your customer onboarding, you can either choose MS SQL or PG SQL based on your requirement. But if you're going ahead with MS SQL on the central MSP, you can use PG SQL or MS SQL for your probes. But in case if you're going for PG SQL on your Op Manager MSP Central, you have to go with PG SQL on your probes as well. And here on your Op Manager MSP Central, you would be able to see various drop downs at the top, which allows you to choose between various customers. For example, if you have 4 different customers and you want to see the data from a specific customer, all you have to do is you have to go to the top of the UI on the Central and choose the respective customer or all customers and view the data accordingly. So this is how we are going to deploy the Op Manager Central in our environment as an MSP, and then the probes in our customer environment, so that we could start adding and monitoring the end devices which are there in our customer sites. And the next important thing after installing the product is user management, the client user management. Here we can create individual accounts for administrators or operators for your organization and sync it to your existing users from your Active Directory as well. You can assign dedicated technicians for the clients and make them with specific roles and restrictions so that they can access a specific set of devices or a specific modules according to your configuration. And you can also set your own password policies using the Op Manager's password policy settings. So now let me quickly take you to the Op Manager MSP Central and show you a basic idea on how the user management is going to work and what are the various options which you have in terms of user management under the Op Manager Enterprise setup. So give me one moment. Let's go to the Op Manager Enterprise setup. Over here, when we talk about all customers, and this comes especially with the Op Manager Central itself, and under the settings, you will have the option called as user management under general settings. So here all you have to do is you have to add your users accordingly. Let it be an AD or a local user, and once you have added them, the respective users can access the respective client sites or the probes or the respective modules in specific customer sites. Likewise, you have the option to have an automatic authentication for the AD users. All you have to do is you have to fill in the details to add your domain and your AD details so that you will be able to get the AD users be able to access your Op Manager MSP setup. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. And now we are going to start with the client onboarding, where we are going to do the network discovery, in which we are going to add the endpoints or the end devices to the Op Manager Probe MSP and start monitoring them. When we talk about discovering a device or adding a device to Op Manager, the first and foremost thing is that the data collection and the monitoring is going to happen based on various protocols which we use. So the first step is for the discovery is that we should have the credential library set up and ready. Here we can create specific credentials for specific users and clients on the respective probes, and then you can have them and then use them for the discovery process as well. So now let me quickly take you to the product directly and show you how these credentials can be created and what are the various options which would be available when we talk about creating credentials. And as we have discussed, the credential has to be created customer specific and probe specific. So all you have to do is you have to go to add credential and then choose the respective protocol, let it be SNMP, WMI, CLI, based on the device type which you're going to monitor, and create the respective credential and have the credential library ready. And this is going to be the first step before you start the discovery for your clients on the respective probes. So once you have the credentials configured and ready, the next step, what you are going to do is you're going to start deploying or discover the devices which are there in your environment. And Op Manager MSP has come up with a robust feature which is aimed at making the network discovery process simpler, easier, less time consuming, and much more effective. When we talk about the discovery process, we have various features. The first thing which we can see is the client network discovery, where we have multiple options and ways of discovering the devices, which we are going to see in detail in the upcoming slides. And next, we can discover, we have a separate module to discover the interfaces. We can schedule our discoveries. We have a separate report category for the discovery which we have done. We have device templates and discovery rule engine. So now we are going to see each and every topic on this slide in detail so that we'll have a better understanding and a clear picture. So the first topic which we are going to see is about network discovery. When we talk about network discovery or discovering on bulk using Op Manager MSP, we have multiple client discovery options to choose from. Here we can discover the devices individually or on bulk. When we talk about bulk discovery, we can do it based on IP range, subnet, or import them directly from your Active Directory. In case if you have your CSV file, you can import the devices using a CSV file as well. And you also have one interesting feature which is called as discovery filter, where it allows you to ignore or add specific devices in that range or on a group of devices. And then the most powerful feature is called as add or ignore mechanism. So now let me quickly jump to the Op Manager MSP setup and show you how this discovery module is going to help us. For example, when we talk about network discovery or performing a discovery on bulk, the first thing, once we have the credential set up, the next is we are going to choose which method we are going to go ahead with the discovery process. And when we are as an MSP going to deploy a bulk client's environment, we would prefer the bulk IP range discovery or a CSV file import method if a customer has a CSV through which they can import it. And also, let me show you a sample CSV through which you would be able to view various informations. And give me one moment. And this is a sample CSV through which you can see how the categories and columns has to be configured. So once you have the respective columns with the details, the device IP name and the type, automatically you can use this CSV file to import them on your customer site one or your respective clients or customers as well. And likewise, you can perform the discovery based on subnets as well. And during the discovery process, the next important thing is that you have to choose the respective credentials through which the data collection for the important metrics are going to happen inside Op Manager. And once the discovery starts and it is proceeding, you would be able to see another page which is going to show you the detailed information on how the discovery has happened and what are the various devices which are there in the list. And in this list, you have an additional option to choose which devices you want to add and which devices you want to ignore them. So this helps us and gives a better leverage on what devices we want to monitor in that specific IP range. And also you can automate and have a better filter option in that IP range. I don't want to see or add any devices which are of a type, let's say desktop. I don't want to add and monitor any desktops in my environment. So once I add a filter like this, automatically in this IP range, when the scan happens, it's not going to discover any devices which has the device type as desktop. And likewise, you can also have filters to add specific devices, and you can use multiple filters as well. And we have one other important feature which helps us during the discovery process, which is called as discovery rule engine, which we are going to see in detail in the upcoming slides. So these are the various features which are available in terms of discovery inside Op Manager, where you can do a network discovery on bulk using IP range, subnet, or import them directly from your AD or use a CSV file to import them. Or you can also discover the devices based on your virtual environment. You can add them directly using your vCenter, or you can add your Nutanix servers. So based on different type of devices in the customer site, we have various different discovery options, and you can add the devices pretty easily, and it's straightforward and simple. So now let me take you back to the webinar and let's continue. The next topic which we are going to see is about interface discovery. So The one important thing which I have to inform you before going ahead with the interface discovery is that the interface discovery is going to happen based on SNMP. So if you want to monitor your interfaces, you need SNMP to be enabled on the end device, and you should have the same credential associated to the respective devices. And once you have this basic mandatory field ready, you can discover and monitor the interfaces in your environment. Here you can perform the interface discovery based on individual clients. You can set criterias for the discovery. During the discovery, you can tell, I want to add only the Ethernet interfaces in my environment, which has a speed of 1 GB. You can do that. And you can have dedicated reports for individual interfaces and interface discoveries as well. So now let me quickly take you to the Op Manager MSP and show you how the interface discovery looks. So when we talk about interface discovery, as we have seen, so first thing what I'm going to choose is I'm going to go ahead with the criteria. For example, I need to perform or monitor the interfaces from my routers. That's going to be my first and foremost condition. And the next condition is that I need to add only the interfaces which has a speed of 1 GB or 1 Gbps in my environment. And likewise, I want to put an additional condition where the interface type should be of Ethernet and nothing else. Or in case if the customer wants to monitor only the fast Ethernets in their environment, yes, they can do that as well. So once you have the device type through which the discovery should happen and the interface type and the speed and the conditions, if you click on discover and import, automatically the op manager will discover these interfaces based on the SNMP response from the respective devices, and it will add the interface and it will start monitoring them. So this is how you can add your interfaces based on desired and specific criterias and monitor the interfaces only the ones which you want, and instead of monitoring everything which is there in your environment. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. The next topic which we are going to see is about discovery, where the device templates are going to play a major role. The device templates are used to automatically categorize the devices as per their device type, assign monitors to the client devices upon successful discovery. The Op Manager MSP has come up with excess of 10,000 plus device templates out of the box, and you can also create device templates if you have a brand new device or if you want to have a custom device template for your requirement. And Op Manager MSP supports uh, sorry, 53,000 vendor templates which are available within the Op Manager MSP directly. So now let me quickly take you to the Op Manager site and show you a basic idea on how the device template is there and how these device templates is going to help us understand. So during the discovery process, the device is going to let us know, for example, a ID or a number, a device identifier. This device identifier lets me know what is the device type, what can be monitored in those devices. So based on this device identifier, we will automatically associate these default monitors to the devices and start monitoring them. So if you want to do anything on bug, let's say if there are any Linux devices in my client's environment, I want these monitors, these metrics to be monitored with specific thresholds. You can do that from the device template, and you can automatically put these configurations. So once the discovery happens, you'll have these configurations predefined, and it's going to go to the devices and it's going to start monitoring them. And let's say I want to add my own custom device template. Yes, you can do it. All you have to do is you have to get the device identifier using SNMP, put them here and start monitoring it. You can create your own custom device templates and have specific monitors with the respective device identifier, and you can create your own device templates in Op Manager MSP as well. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. Here, during the discovery, as we have discussed, we can schedule the discoveries which are going to happen and also take reports for specific discoveries which has happened in the past or ones which has gone through the schedule. So here you can schedule the discoveries for a specific time period, and then the client's devices will be automatically updated. And you can also derive a report for these discoveries once it's completed or once it's already scheduled. So here, Op Manager MSP gives you an upper hand during the discovery process. Even after the discovery is completed, you will have a detailed discovery report which is going to show you what are the devices which got added, and in case if you want to schedule a discovery, you can very well do it. All you have to do is you have to click on schedule option and then choose the respective time period, let's say I want to do a discovery for this entire IP range every week on Sundays, and at this particular time, I would be able to automatically run the schedule, add the brand new devices, or update the existing device details in case if there is any change in the server specs. And also, if I want an email report, yes, I can very well send it as an email attachment once the discovery is completed. So this is how Op Manager MSP helps you in scheduling your discovery and having a report of what has happened, what has changed, what has gone through, or new devices which has been added and started monitoring in your client environments. These things are going to give a better advantage for our MSP customers, where as a service provider, I need to know what is happening in my customer's environment, what has been monitored, what has been added more. So everything what you do through a discovery process is completely documented, and you will know what is happening at what time based on the configuration which you have performed. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. The next topic which we are going to see, the one of the interesting feature which I told you in the starting of the webinar, Discovery Rule Engine. So Discovery Rule Engine is an automated process which is going to perform predefined actions during the discovery itself. For example, uh, I have a specific customer who comes to me and asks, in case if there is a router from a Cisco device, or I have a HP switch which is discovered. In case if this happens, any Cisco router or an HP switch is discovered and monitored, I need those devices to be associated with specific matrices or monitors. It should be there in a specific business view. It should be automatically associated to a notification profile. I need a specific event log rule or a trap processor or a trap based monitor to be associated. So all these things, predefined configurations, can be done and achieved using the Discovery Rule Engine itself. So Discovery Rule Engine is an interesting feature which is going to automate the task or the workload which you're going to perform after the discovery. Let's say the client comes in and gives these instruction. I want to monitor 100 devices, and if it's a router, it should be over there in this business view. It should have these notification profile and criterias. It should be there with these set of monitors. When you have these criterias in place, instead of doing them after adding the devices, you can directly create your Discovery Rule Engine, and this Discovery Rule Engine is going to do all the multiple tasks automatically during the discovery itself. And when you're configuring it, you can just configure the Discovery Rule Engine with the specific criteria, start the discovery, sit back and enjoy. The product is going to add the devices, associate them with the respective monitors, put them in the business view, and do all your work in an automated fashion, which saves a lot of time and manual effort in our real-time configuration and monitoring the devices through Op Manager MSP. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. The next important thing, once we have the central and probes installed, we have started the discovery, we have added the respective devices, we have seen the various methods of discovering it. And the next topic and the next important thing which our clients or customers want is to monitor their network with in detail matrices, with various different equipments and performance metrics. When we talk about network monitoring, Op Manager MSP has come up with a large inventory of predefined monitors out of the box. And the Op Manager MSP efforts supports multiple vendor device templates and interfaces. There are a large number of client network devices, and it can be associated with various different thresholds based on monitors and custom requirements. We will have the ability to create custom monitors and associate them to the respective devices or in a specific group in our clients and probes accordingly. So now when we talk about metrics which we want to monitor in our network equipment or in our devices, the first and foremost important metrics which we want to monitor is the sys time or the availability of the devices. So Op Manager MSP provides you an health monitoring of the devices using ICMP or TCP or SNMP as well. So based on your environment and through which you want to monitor the health of the device, you can do them using ICMP, the basic ping response, or the TCP or SNMP ping for those devices, and through that method, the Op Manager is going to let you know if the device is up or down in the desired polling intervals. And we can monitor the client devices at regular polling intervals. Let's say I want to monitor critical routers or switches or critical devices at a lesser polling interval of 1 minute, and less important like desktops or servers with a different polling interval of 30 or 15 minutes. Yes, you can do it. You can have custom polling intervals for various device types or based on your requirement or your customer's requirement. You can set threshold for packet loss and response time, and also you can set uplink dependency and mute the alarm generation when the from the child devices when the parent device goes down. So you have an ability to monitor the sys uptime or the health status of the devices through three different protocols, ICMP, TCP, or SNMP, and have a custom polling interval to see if the device is how long has it been up and whether if it's down or not. And this is going to help us understand what is our environment's health status, how often is it going down, or is there any major downtime which is going to cost lots of money in my business when I'm running it. I don't want my routers or switches to go down more than a specific time period. We'll have SLAs and documentations which we can achieve easily by monitoring the availability of the devices using Op Manager MSP. And when we talk about performance monitoring, you can monitor various client network performance metrics such as CPU, memory, system temperature, UPS load, disk partitions, and various different metrics based on your requirement. You can set client device-based individual thresholds and get notified in case there is any violations which is happening for those monitors. And you can create custom performance monitors for unique clients requirement and push them accordingly. And also you can obtain performance graphs and export these performance reports directly from the tool, which is going to help you understand more information. Let me quickly take you to the product and show you a sample device to understand how the availability monitoring and performance monitor of devices is going to happen, and show various different devices and informations from our environment. So let's take this Windows device where it has been monitored using an SNMP credential. You can also use WMI. Here, the availability monitoring is happening based on ICMP. In case if you want to switch it to TCP or SNMP, I can very well do it. I can also use the IP address or the DNS name to monitor them. And over here, you can configure the thresholds for packet loss and response time. And likewise, in terms of monitoring the performances, like we have discussed, we can monitor various different metrics. And Op Manager MSP provides a wide range of performance metrics which you can monitor, which are predefined. And in case if you want to have a custom performance monitor with different SNMP or WMI, you can create them and you can monitor it and put thresholds and push them to the respective devices with respect to the clients and customers in our environment. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. And now we are entering the phase of virtual environments where we are going to discuss how we can add and monitor virtual and Nutanix server performances in our client's environment. Here, when we talk about performance metrics in virtual or Nutanix servers, we can monitor CPU ready, CPU wait time, memory balloon, network disk, data stores, and etc. In terms of hardware metrics, we can monitor all the hardware metrics starting from sensors, power, temperature, voltage, fan speed, and etc. We use the VMware API protocol to monitor the hardware metrics, and here we support Dell and HP based vendors for virtual and Nutanix based environment in terms of hardware metrics. And likewise, we can monitor your virtual environment based on VMware events from your vCenter, and we can alert you accordingly as well. And we have dedicated reports for your virtual environment where you can monitor the underused or over-provinced servers, the cluster-based latencies, the VM sprawl of dashboards where you have dedicated dashboards for your virtual environment. And this is going to give you a detailed and a clear picture of your entire virtual environment with all the desired metrics in terms of virtualization and device-specific performance metrics which we are going to monitor. And next, performance metrics or metrics which we can monitor are called as service or Windows service monitors. So when we talk about service monitoring, the service monitoring is done based on the TCP port the TCP port's availability, all you have to do is you have to make sure that the TCP port is available. And if you know this service is running in this particular TCP port, the op manager MSP will directly reach that port, see if it's up or down, and then it's going to notify you that the service is running or not. And the second metrics is called as Windows Service Monitor, where this is completely dedicated based on WMI devices, and it's going to monitor the devices using Windows credentials. Here you can monitor the availability of critical Windows services and also restart them in case if it goes down. So I'll show you this option within the op manager website itself so that you'll have a better understanding. For example, I have critical servers services which are running. For example, I do have my disk manager or DNS server running in my environment, and this service should not go down. And in case if it goes down, I want op manager to automatically restart the service directly. So once I have this settings configured, in case if the op manager detects that this Windows service is down, it will automatically restart the service. And in case if you want to do a complete server restart, yes, you can do that as well. And this will make lots of time management, and it's going to make things easier for you. So in case if the product detects that important critical service is down, it's going to automatically restart it and it's going to come alive. So there'll be no major downtimes in your environment using the Windows Service Monitor and this important feature. And likewise, you can associate these monitors on bulk to various different devices and various different clients based on your desired requirement and categories. So now we're going to go ahead with the webinar and see the next topic. So the next topic which we are going to discuss is about process monitoring. When we talk about process monitoring, Op Manager allows you to check the active processes which are running on your machines, and you can monitor the process status, the CPU and the memory consumption of individual processes, and you can configure thresholds for critical process, and also in case there is an unwanted or a non-critical process which is consuming too much of resources in our servers, we can easily terminate them from the op manager directly as well. So this helps us keep in track of which process is consuming how much of resources in our environment and how it is being monitored. And in case if it's crossing a specific threshold, I can get notified. And also if it's a non-business critical process which is consuming too much of resources in my critical devices such as a SQL server or my router, I could just go in to the console and kill that process and make sure that it is used for more protective processes in my environment of our customer clients. And the next important feature which we have with the Op Manager MSP is called as script-based monitoring. So here we can monitor specific client metrics for which you can't have a standard SNMP or WMI monitor. So if you have a script been configured in various different languages such as Python, VB, Perl scripts, you can just create that script, use that script to execute them on the remote machine or on the Op Manager server itself, and you can get the outputs accordingly. So let me show you an example of how this script monitors can be configured and what are the various ways on how it can be applied. Like I said, we support various different programming languages which are available in our environment or in our current statuses. All you have to do is you have to create the script, write the script, give a name for it, a polling interval, the script body, how the script has to execute, whether if it's on a local machine or on a remote machine, configure that, and then save it. Once you have the script monitor ready, you can easily associate it to the respective devices. So Op Manager will automatically execute that script, perform the action, and it's going to give you the results accordingly. So it makes things easier when you want to automate certain processes which you're doing manually as of now in your environment without the help of Op Manager Plus. So once you have this script monitoring feature and the Op Manager Plus, you'll be able to automate everything using the script monitors and get the desired results accordingly. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. The next topic which we are going to see is about syslog monitoring. Here, all you have to do is you have to forward the syslogs to the Op Manager probe server in the default port, which is 514 or 519. Or in case if you want to change it, yes, you can configure it to a custom port as well. And once you start forwarding the flows, the Op Manager will listen to the received syslogs, and based on the syslog rules which you create, it's going to raise the alarms and is going to notify you. And also you have the option to forward the received syslogs to another destination or an NMS platform for further storage or monitoring. And you can check the syslog flow rate from your syslog rules as well. So this is going to help you monitor the syslogs which are there in your environment. But one important feature or a warning which I have to inform you, that the syslog will not be stored within the op manager. We would be listening to the received syslogs, raise the alarms, but the syslog will not be stored inside the op manager moving forward. And the next topic or the metrics which we are going to discuss is about trap processing. So like syslog monitoring, when we talk about network equipments, trap-based monitoring is also an important metrics. So here you can create custom rules that can phrase the client trap messages to a meaningful alarm, and you can create trap processors by going to settings, monitoring SNMP trap processor, and create your custom trap processor and associate it to desired devices. Or in case if you want to create the trap processors on bulk, it's pretty easy. If you get the BEP from the respective vendor, import them on bulk and create the trap processors at a single stretch. And inside the trap processor, you can have custom criterias to raise the alarm. Instead of raising an alarm whenever a trap comes in case if my customer is sending a trap and that trap has an authentication failure or a breach message, at that point raise me an alarm. So you can have a custom criteria to raise an alarm instead of raising the trap alarms whenever you receive them. So this helps you customize your notifications and get the desired notifications or alerts based on what we want and what we don't want. And the next metrics which we can monitor is on files and folders. When we have different clients with various sectors from education to hospital, we will have different requirements where monitoring the files and the folders will also be an important requirement when it's going to be an educational or an hospital environment based on the sector and the importance of that particular file or folders in their respective servers. The Op Manager MSP allows you to monitor the file and folder with various metrics. You can see if the folder or file is available, what's the size of it, is there any text within them, what is the age of the file, is there any modifications done in the file, whether if it was deleted or not, whether there was any folder modifications, what's the count of the number of files within the folders, whether if it's existing or not, with the desired polling interval. So we have a wide range of metrics which you can monitor in terms of files and folders in your environment, whether if it's directly under your server or if it's going to be a shared folder as well. So you can monitor your files and folders with various different criterias and metrics using Op Manager MS. And the next important topic which we are going to see is about URL monitoring. So Op Manager MSP allows you to monitor the availability and response time of critical client URLs, where you can import your URLs on bulk using a CSV file. You can have a match content for the URLs and get alerted if it's not available. And also you can monitor the URLs by bypassing the client proxy by providing the proxy details as well. And now the next important topic is called as event log rule monitoring, where Op Manager provides you the flexibility to monitor the Windows events which are happening in your environment, where you can monitor the events from program security and system events, and you can configure a custom event log rule. Based on the rule, it's going to raise the alarm and you're going to get notified. You can have custom event log rules, and also you can custom the severity of these event log rules. So now let me show you a gist on how these file monitors, folder monitors, or the respective monitors are going to appear with various different criteria. As we have seen for the files and folders, we have various different criteria, as we have discussed, from file existence to age to modification. And likewise, when we talk about URL monitors, the URL monitors is also going to help us understand what is happening at what particular time with the desired information. And likewise, the syslog also gives you the flexibility to monitor the incoming syslogs with the respective syslog rules. And the same goes for SNMP trap processors. The only thing is that you need an SNMP, and the trap should be forwarded from the respective devices to the server properly in a clear fashion. And you can also import your trap processors on bulk using MIPS from your vendor too. And now we're going to go back to the presentation and continue. The next topic which we are going to see is about storage performance monitoring. So when we talk about storage performance monitoring, the storage monitoring is licensed based on number of disks which you want to manage from your storage devices. Here we can monitor the RAID management, tape library management, storage capacity forecasting. You can monitor your fabricated switch management or service management as well. Here we support various vendors that are there live in our market, and these are the examples of supported devices in storage monitoring, starting from IBM to Bosch or Hitachi. When we talk about tape libraries, we can monitor HP, Dell, IBM, and various different vendors as well. And you can visit our official help document to see the various other supported device model under storage monitoring. So once we add our storage device to the op manager, this is how the device and the details are going to get displayed. So you'll be able to see the summary of all the information, the device detail, the control station, the attached storages, how much of device information or storages has been used. When we talk about disk-based monitoring, it's going to give me the detailed understanding of how many disks are there, what is the usage, and what is the loon or the capacity of that disk, how much is used, how much is free, so that I can plan my usage accordingly. The storage information is going to give me the detailed understanding about the disk, the storage is, which device is consuming how much of information, what is doing it, so that I could take necessary actions for my storage devices, whether I am under resourced or I need more storage disk space available, I need to add more disk to my storage devices. By monitoring the storage devices in your environment of your clients, it's going to help us understand how it's going to monitor and how the usage of the disk is happening, and with various different informations which are critical in terms of storage devices. So this is how Op Manager helps you add and monitor storage devices with various different metrics in the storage devices. And the next topic which we are going to see is about WAN and VoIP monitoring. And here we perform the IPSLA based WAN and VoIP monitor. We can monitor latency, jitter, RTTR, MOS, and other critical metrics in terms of WAN and VoIP monitoring. And also we have detailed reports on link availability, error statistics, round trip time trends, and everything. And in terms of VoIP and iOS trend graph, we have detailed source to destination performance reports, which gives us a detailed picture on what is happening in our WAN or VoIP links which are there in our environment, so that we know where the loss is happening, what is happening, and why, whether we need to improvise it or we need to fix that particular link or go ahead with a different upgraded link to have a better connection in our environment to avoid any major downtimes in our business critical situations. And the next important monitoring feature which Op Manager MSP provides is called as WLC monitoring. So if you have your wireless LAN controller in your environment, you can add them and monitor it using Op Manager. Here, you can monitor your client traffic usage. You can identify the SNR. You can view the SSIDs, rogue SSIDs in real time. You can monitor your access points and active clients. You can draw an exclusive WLC report as well. So now let me show you a brief understanding on how it looks when you add your WLC to the Op Manager MSP. So once you add your WLC, Op Manager is going to automatically discover all the SSIDs which are associated to this WLC with the detailed information of the total number of SSIDs, access points associated to them, the clients which are connected to them, and what is the traffic usage. And likewise, you can monitor the access point individually and get more data from them. And you will have a detailed understanding of the rogue SSIDs which are there in your environment, and the total number of clients total number of clients which are associated to your WLC with respect to each SSID. For example, if I want to see this SSID with details, I can see all the information, what is the usage statistics, and each and every information about my access points or my WLC with various critical informations, critical metrics which I want to monitor in them. So now let's go back to the presentation and continue. The next topic which we are going to see is about monitoring templates. So to update the monitoring matrices for multiple client devices, it consumes excessive of time and resources. However, with the monitoring template, you can create a global device template or a template and apply it across various clients devices with the push of a single button. Here are the common monitoring templates that are available from the Op Manager MSP, which is called as device template, vendor templates, interface templates, script templates, and URL templates. We have seen in detail of what and how the device template helps us to push specific monitors and how we can configure thresholds. And now we're going to see about the interface template. So when we have interfaces discovered, we can monitor the utilization, error rate, and discard rate. So based on individual client requirement, we can enable the interface monitoring and configure desired threshold and polling interval for the specific metrics, and we can monitor the interfaces based on individual clients' requirement and push them to the respective devices accordingly. And now we are going to summarize the topics which we have discussed in our Op Manager MSP Part 1 webinar, where we have seen what is Op Manager, what are the advantages of it, what are the various features which are available, how we can install Op Manager MSP in our environment, and how we can onboard our clients using Op Manager MSP, and which has a simplified onboarding feature, and where we can maintain multi-client monitoring with Op Manager MSP. And now we're going to invite you to the next part on Op Manager MSP on 26th May, where we are going to discuss in detail about client network visualization and fault management. Being an MSP, having a custom dashboard with specific information about the client or the customer is a major thing when it comes to an MSP point of view. So in that, the part 2 is going to have a major advantage and a detailed description on how you can create custom dashboards for various clients and have different access views to various users based on how you want them. So those topics would be covered in the part 2 of the Op Manager webinar. So don't miss it. Attend it to have a detailed picture on the dashboard configuration, business view, layer 2, automation using workflows, and how we can get alerts and fault management with various different notification methods, and the complete reporting capability of the Op Manager MSP. So looking forward to meet you in the next part of the Op Manager MSP webinar. And now we are going to go ahead with the question and answer session. So the first question, what is the difference between MSP and the enterprise edition of Op Manager? The major difference is that in Op Manager MSP, you can have multiple probes for a single client or a single customer, and also you will have a better advantage of having custom device templates and configurations where you can push them to specific clients on the specific probes and devices. And Op Manager MSP is created completely based on the requirements and the desired requirements and the metrics is based on the MSP point of view. And when we talk about Op Manager Enterprise architecture, it's a simple distributed setup where you have a central and probes in your environment. So this is the major difference between Op Manager MSP and the Enterprise edition of Op Manager. So moving on to the next question, do we need access to the customer probes to configure devices? It is not compulsory. You can directly do the device configuration for your customers' devices from the Op Manager MSP central console itself. That is the main advantage of having an Op Manager MSP console. You can put the configuration for your respective devices or monitors, push them from your central to all the probes and customer sites directly using the Op Manager MSP central directly. Moving on to the third question, can we install the probes on our end and monitor the devices on the customer's location? This is based on the architecture and the reachability of the end devices in your customer requirement. So the best practice is to install the probes on the customer environment and monitor them. But in case if the customer devices or the endpoints are reachable from your environment or your MSP server itself, you can deploy the probe in your environment and monitor the end devices. The main and foremost important condition is that the end devices should be reachable from the server where you are installing the probe server. So the best practice is to install it on the customer's environment. Moving on to the next question, how does the communication work between the central and probe? Is it unidirectional or bidirectional? This is a combination of the communication between the central and the probes. So when we talk about the data which are collected from the devices, it would go from the probes to the central, and the central is going to push all the configuration or thresholds or monitors from the central to the probes. So this is how the communication and the data types, the traveling method from your central to probe or probe to central. Moving on to the next question, how does the failover works for probes? As of now, the failover configuration is configured and it is configurable only for your Op Manager central MSP, and it is not available for the probes, but it will be available in the upcoming releases soon. And we would like you to spread a word on the review on our Copter review. So you can visit this link, click on it, give a review on the Op Manager MSP which you are using, and then rate us accordingly. I thank one and all for attending the webinar. Make sure you have you have your inbox tomorrow where we'll be sending you the recorded video of this part one of the Op Manager MSP webinar and the presentation slide which we have used. And in case if you have any queries, you can always reach us or drop an email to evalitem at manageengine.com, or you can visit the dedicated YouTube channel where you'll have all the tech videos. We also have a page on LinkedIn where you can follow us and get all the updates on live. I thank one and all for attending the part one of the Op Manager MSP webinar, and I'm looking forward to meet you all in the next uh, Op Manager webinar on part two, which is on 26th May. Thank you.